Hello guys, how are you? It has been so long since the last time I recorded. It's been a hot minute. And I recorded this video quite a while ago, like maybe 2-3 weeks ago. I don't know, I've really lost track of time. But hey, I'm back with another video. Finally. It took me like 2 more weeks to record the audio though, the voiceover. So yeah, this is future me speaking, man. This is future me speaking. How are you? I hope you're doing so great. I have not been doing so great. Mentally, you know? It's been a really trying year for me, but I'm trying to do better. Well, today I'm showing you this notebook that I got. It's a new notebook. You see, this one comes from Japan. Ta-da! Yeah, you heard that right. The Pokemon notebook is so official. Well, you see, is that I'm taking Japanese classes again. If you didn't know, I've been studying Japanese for around six years, I think, around 6-7 years or something, and I graduated from the academy/cultural center where I was taking the classes last year, and since then I haven't really been taking classes, so I feel like my fluency and just general proficiency at Japanese has gone down a little. But recently one of the teachers contacted the graduates and he was like, hey, do you want to continue with me, an extra class? And I was like, yes. And yeah, and turns out he is currently in Japan. So he sent us over like the book for class and some extra stuff like this Pokemon notebook. Yeah. I was really excited when I saw it in the package and I was like, yeah, official Pokemon notebook, and I love it. It has like this I don't know what to explain. It's got like very curious paper texture. It's almost plastic and it doesn't really feel like something that you can erase. I mean, you can erase if you draw on this paper, but I don't want to use this sketchbook with that purpose in this case. I'm not gonna be using an eraser while drawing on this notebook. I've been looking for a sketchbook that I actually felt comfortable just ruining, not having to do a beautiful sketch or drawing on every single page, and I've been looking for something that will be like that will just be comfortable for me to doodle on and just for me to explore styles and general ideas and creativity. And when I saw this notebook, I was like, yes, this is my opportunity. A notebook that I can just draw whatever on without worrying, especially because I don't want to erase really. I mean, I'm only gonna erase like maybe once in this whole video when I screwed up just a little bit too much of the outline, but just once and not again, because I don't know, it feels like it's this kind of sketchbook. It's perfect for the kind of sketches that you do when you're really just practicing without any pressure. So you need to be able to see your mistakes and the process, so that means no erasing. But yeah, I'm gonna be using this sketchbook today and I freaking love it already. I actually, for once, I don't feel particularly afraid of the blank page. Isn't that relatable? But yeah, today we're gonna be doing this. And recently, and it's great that I got this notebook, because recently I've really been getting the urge to draw like monsters and creatures and stuff, like that side of concept art. And it's not really something that I've dabbled on, at all. In all my current years of art practice, I haven't really done any monsters or creatures that I remember, I think. I mean, everyone has that like the obsession with dragons, but that was back when I was like 12, 13, and I haven't really done any kind of creature/monster since then, including dragons. So it's been a long time coming, and I don't know, I've just really been in the mood lately, and I think it's perfect for the Pokemon notebook because Pokemon stuff, Pokemon monster, just it fits. It fits, okay? It just fits. So I think I'm gonna use actually this notebook solely for creature and monster design. So that's exciting. You probably are gonna see more of that in the future. But yeah, today I really was not sure what I wanted to do. In fact, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I just knew that I wanted to draw a creature somewhat lanky, maybe tall, and so I started looking up on Pinterest what kind of thing I could draw, you know, just general monster concept art and stuff like that to kind of get some idea or inspiration. And then I settled for some kind of I don't know, like I don't even know what it is. Maybe like some kind of Wendigo slash, I don't know, just a generally man-eater kind of stuff. I have no idea how to explain it. It's not a werewolf, it's not any of the basics. I don't know what it is, it's interesting. And I wanted it to have like a skull head, you know, like I forgot his name, but that character from Ancient Magus Bride anime? Yeah, that one. you understand what I'm talking about. So I wanted to go for kind of like something like that, or King from the Owl House. You know, they're both characters that have skulls as heads. So I just looked up a few references on Google Images, you know, for wolf skulls, and I did a couple of studies of them. I am doing a couple of studies of the wolf skull in a few different perspectives with a couple of different images, and just to give myself a general idea of what the shape of the skull is like, so I can draw it more accurately. And well, now that I've finished the 4 sketches, which I really freaking like, especially the last one, and I'm just starting with the skull and this kind of almost a profile view, but more like a 3/4 kind of thing. And I'm just, I don't know, I'm lining out what could be maybe hair, fur, dreads, I am not sure, and maybe like some horns. And of course a basic skeleton shape, just to give myself an idea of what kind of portions the monster has. I'm just really excited to do this. I was really excited, you know, while drawing, and I enjoyed the whole process because I've really been looking forward to drawing more, you know, kind of, you know, not so humanoid shapes. Because as far as practice goes, on my own knowledge of anatomy, I'm only good, and you know, I'm familiar with human anatomy, but like animal anatomy and anything else is just completely unknown to me. I haven't really practiced this at all. So this is my first time, I think, doing something like this. You know, this kind of monster creature thing that is just me exploring proportions and how to make them different so they look less human or more bizarre, you know? And I really had no idea what I was doing, and you can see my commentary on the page as I was going, and I was like, what the heck is this, you know? At the start you can see it was looking way too human. It was just, the proportions were too human, and instead of some sort of, you know, I don't know, man-eater monster or whatever, or dark thing, it was just kind of looking like a minotaur. It was just looking like a minotaur, even though technically the skull is a wolf skull, but just stay with me here, okay? So, it was looking way too human, and I was not on board with that. Because it made no sense. I was trying to go for something more monstrous, more bizarre, and it was just looking too human. And so my solution for this kind of stuff is like, I have an idea. Let's make the forearms longer I always forget which one's the arm and which one is the forearm. But you know, the part that is connected to your wrist, okay? We're gonna make that part longer, and we're gonna the same with like the calves, and maybe that will make it look more natural, because you know, generally your forearm and your arm are the same size, or at least similar. So you know, they're pretty much in balance, but you know, that's still a pretty much human proportion. So to change it up a bit and try to make it look less human and, you know, fix that mistake of mine in the drawing, I just fixed up the proportions and made longer, like that part of the arm and the calves. And I also ended up adding a tail. I don't know why, but it seemed to me like in my mind I was telling myself, well, I mean, if this monster is a freaking doll, wouldn't they need a tail for like balance or something? So I ended up adding a tail. I really like how it's looking though. I mean, it's looking pretty good. And you can see me getting excited. And then so I have finished my red sketch here. As always, I start my drawings with either a red or blue sketch. More recently, I've been doing the underlayer, the bottom layer, I mean, with red. So now that I've done my red layer, now I'm working on truly defining and working on the drawing with my blue lead. Yeah, I love working with blue and red lead. It's been like a recent discovery thing, like in the past couple of maybe 6 months or something. I don't know when I discovered it, but it was like one of my best discoveries. Blue and red works really great for sketches with layers, because you can start with the red and you have something like, and then when you're working on, you know, outlining and defining the sketch and making it nicer, just overall cleaner, you can just grab the blue, and because you know you're kind of working on layers, you can just use the blue on top of the red and it will create purple. So it looks really, really nice, and it also creates kind of like, you know what it reminds me of? It creates an effect that it's really similar to like 3D glasses, where you have, you know, one lens is blue and the other one is red. And it reminds me of that, and it just looks so cool on the sketches. I love the combination. You know, I ended up deciding that we were going to have some sort of fur slash hair, or maybe, I don't know at this point. Maybe it's not hair or fur, maybe it is fur, but maybe the skull is not actually the head, but some sort of mask they wear. I don't know. But I'm pretty happy as I start working on the anatomy here, because I started like outlining muscles and stuff, but also just making sure that the anatomy really was not human, or that it didn't look as human as it did at the start, because that was not cool. That was not cool. Those you know, first few minutes of working on the sketch on the creature and drawing the general, you know, body outline, the skeleton, and be like, why does it look so human? But now I fixed it. It's fine. We fixed it. I also decided to like sunk in you know, the waist and be like, oh dang, you know. They have pretty much like no stomach or something, like super sucked in, and just, you know, you can see some of the muscles that are like under your armpit and stuff. I always forget what they're called in English, but I know that they're there, okay? I also tried to outline a little bit of the biceps and some of the other flexing muscles that are present in the arm and forearm, you know? And the thighs, oh, I really enjoyed how those turned out, because they look like thighs, you know? I don't know, I think I was doing pretty good, and I was really enjoying it. I mean, I enjoyed it so much. Working on the sketch was so great. It was my first time working on something like this, and it was going terribly at the start, but I mean, I got better at it. Like, the more I worked on it, the more I was like, I can do this, and I can do that, you know? And it kind of just started taking shape in my mind, and it just got so much better, which I'm very glad about, because at the start it really was not looking like a creature slash monster thing. It was just kind of looking like a dude with a mask on, and that was not cool. That was not cool. course, I took advantage of the blue and the red to make actual, shadows and stuff. I really tried to bring forth some volume. I didn't want it to look flat. Like, the more I worked on it, the more I was like, shit, this is looking great. I wanted to look more three-dimensional, and I worked on that. You can see that, I kind of took like a split-second decision when I was working on the stomach, and instead of just making it like completely like a six-pack thing, I kind of took like a left turn and made some kind of like sack in the stomach. I don't know, like a beer belly. It's not a beer belly, obviously, but kind of like that. I don't know, it felt like something that could add a little bit of unnatural spice to the drawing, make it a little bit weirder, a little bit more bizarre. And of course we have the hands. I only gave it like 4 fingers, only 4 fingers, and long claws, because I just thought, why not, the less human it looks, the better. And I just really wanted to sunk in like the ribcage, keep sinking it in, and yet have like this outward bulge kind of beer belly thing, despite the ribcage being sunk in, because I just thought that it would be really weird. And I'm not using erasers, right, as I said earlier, because the paper, at first, it doesn't really feel like something you can erase. But more than that, I just want to use this sketchbook as freely as possible, and that means making mistakes, allowing myself to see those mistakes, and correct as I go without erasing them. And I just honestly, I think it makes the sketch look better, that I didn't erase anything and that I can see all of my process underneath. It's great. I think it adds some spice to it, some It's great. Or even, see, that's the only time I used an eraser, because I accidentally made a line too dark, and I was like, whoop, that doesn't look good. So that was the only time that I used the eraser while working on the drawing, like the only time, and I'm happy with that, because sometimes I think in sketching, maybe once in a while, you shouldn't use the eraser. Once in a while, you should do just a normal, completely pressure-free sketch and drawing where you don't use the eraser at all. Because I wanted to bring forth some, like a little bit of like smooth texture and volume to the sketch. I just kind of used my finger a couple of times to smudge the lead, and it actually worked, but not too much, and I like that. Again, it's kind of the effect of this paper. It doesn't feel like very papery, it's almost plastic, and it has like this weird, I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost plastic-like, sort of like wax paper or something like that, and it doesn't really feel like something you can erase easily. So not only did I not want to use a eraser, but also I was afraid that if I erased too hard or too much, I would rip the paper, and I was like, oh, no, I'm not risking that. And I just didn't feel like erasing. And, in the end, I'm quite proud of how it ended up looking, despite me, using the eraser. There was this cut in the video because I thought after I finished using the lead, the blue one, I was like, oh, I'm done. And then a couple of days back, I came to look at the drawing. I keep getting my sentences scrambled. A couple of days after the initial, blue and red lines and sketches, I went back to the drawing and I was like, you know what, I really like this, we're gonna make it even better. And so I started recording again, and I grabbed one of my normal graphite pencils, the normal gray-black thing, and I started to deepen shadows and textures and the outlines of everything. Yeah, it made it look so much better. I didn't really know how I wanted to shade and texturize the hair fur thing, so it ended up looking kind of weird. It looks kind of like straw, you know, like hay, like straw. It kind of looks like that. I don't know why. Well, I kind of know why, but it just, I couldn't decide what kind of texture or, you know, general shape should this fur thing have. I still wasn't sure if it was fur or hair or like plant textile thing, so it kind of just ended up looking weird, but I like it. Also, fun fact, random fun fact that I'm gonna drop in here. It's been a while since I recorded, and it's been even a longer while since I spoke English like this, because again, I'm a little bit out of practice because I speak to myself all the time, but like in my mind mostly. So it's been a while, especially since I took so long to record the next video, since the watercolor video, which, by the way, I really want to do something with those watercolors again, like kind of creature monster themed. Maybe that will be the next video. I have a lot of video ideas that I have to work on. I have to work. Oh, but yeah, that was not my fun fact. Man, I am so you know, I don't know if I have ADHD, but sometimes I think I do. And according to my friends, they all think I do. I don't know. I'm very dispersed, man. I'm like a goldfish or a cat. I don't know. I just get distracted very easily, and my mind is running at like 100k, kilometers per freaking second. It's just, I have a lot of going on in my mind. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get my thoughts straightened out before I say them, so that's why I get my sentences scrambled in like any language, whatever language I'm speaking, be it Spanish, English, or Japanese. I get my sentences scrambled because my thoughts are going faster than my mouth. So it gets a little bit weird. I might switch around words in the places of a sentence. I just kind of switch words around. It happens. My brain is just on a it's a chaotic mess. It's a chaotic mess. But I am never bored. Well, no, that's not true. I do get bored. But my brain is always kind of loud. It is just loud. Something is always happening in there. And I got lost on my fun fact, didn't I? That was not the fun fact I was gonna say. Oh no, my fun fact was I've been writing a novel recently, and I'm also gonna be signing up for a contest. I'm participating in a small comic contest, so yeah, that's happening. I'm really excited about that. I'm especially excited about my novel because I've been wanting to be a writer since I was 9, back when I first wrote my story. Back when I first wrote my first story. Yeah, it was not a good one. But yeah, so yeah, doing a lot of creative stuff this year, and I hope it goes well. It's been a hard year, but I hope it goes well. So yeah, and this is how it ended up. I ended up working on the ribs, trying to like kind of deepen the rib crevices and make them visible. Like, oddly, the torso was too skinny, but at the same time the creature was kind of muscular, and it turned out really nice. I really like it. Like, I will forever be an advocate for blue, red, and graphite combo, okay? It works so well. It works so well for just simple drawings and sketches like this. The blue, red, and graphite combo is my life. It's my life. And I love how it turned out. and I actually think it's a very nice page, you know, as the first one of this kind of notebook sketchbook thing I got, and I'm really happy with it. It's been a while since I've drawn anything like this, you know, without pressure or anything, just drawing without worrying, and, you know, just doing what I want. It's been a hard year. But yeah, have a good day, slash afternoon, slash evening, slash night. I hope you're doing great, wherever you are, whatever time it is. Bye bye. I will see you again in a couple of weeks, hopefully. Bye. You can always follow my social media.